So this is a 10-minute hip, glute and hamstring stretch. So just start in a box position and just take your hands out in front of you a little bit and just bring yourself back into a quick shoulder stretch to release. And then send the hips forward, squeezing into your bum cheeks, and just lift your head up a little bit. Good, then pull back again. So just easing through the hips to begin with, and then forward, squeezing into the bum cheeks as you lift your head up. Good, and again, pull back and forwards. Good, last one, pull back. Good, when you come forward, squeezing into your bum cheeks, lifting your head up, just look over your left shoulder. Good, then come back to the centre and look over your right shoulder. Hopefully that's pulling out of that hip there. Good, come back to the middle. All right, we're going to send ourselves into a high plank position, and we're just going to rock through your calves here, so forwards and backwards. Getting into a bit of calf stretching, just waking up the back of your legs a little bit. So just keep the core tight and just rock forwards and backwards. Good, then we're going to send your hips high and push back into a down dog. And as you push back into your down dog, I want you to kind of push the heels down and tilt the hips up. So you're just pushing the tailbone upwards and just encouraging some length to come out of the back of your body here. Pushing your chest towards your thighs. A couple of big deep breaths. Good, we're going to shift back into high plank again, and we're going to take the left leg and take it off the floor. So just switching on that core into that high plank position. And I want you to send that leg up into a split dog position. So you're going to lift that left leg nice and high. Bending into the knee, flexing the foot and opening the hip up. Give that ankle a little circle round. Okay, we're going to land the left leg or the left foot by the left hand, and we're going to do some hip drops into that hip there, and then just push back out of it again. So push down into the hip and then pull back. Good. So we're going to push down again and then pull back. And then on this one, you're going to push down, you're going to land the knee and pull back. Good, so shift forwards back into your low lunge, lift the knee up. Good, put the knee down, shift back and pull back into a hamstring extension. Good, let's do it again. So forwards and lift the knee up. Good, put the knee down and pull back into a hamstring extension. Good, two more then. So lift the knee up. Good, knee down, pull back. Good, and then on this one, you're going to extend the left arm up into the air, eyes on the sky. Good, so we're going to come down, put the knee down, pull back. Really dig that heel in, pull that hip back. Good, then come back, and on this one, when you lift up, go onto the outside edge of your foot and extend the left arm up, so you're getting into that left hip. So twice more, so land the knee, pull back. Good, come forwards, outside edge, and sweep it up, lift it up. Good, last one then. So knee down and pull back, really dig down. Come forwards, lift it up, and come onto the outside edge and lift that arm up. Good, come back to the middle, send the left leg back out into high plank position. Good, and then you're going to send your hips high, all the way back into down dog, and just paddle your legs out again. So lifting the heels high and pushing them down low. Good. Now shift the body weight back into your high plank position again, where you're going to lift the right leg up into the air. Good. When you do it this time, you're going to push back into down dog and lift the right leg as high as possible, pushing the left heel down. Bend the knee, flex the foot, and just lift that hip up so it stacks on top of the left hip here, and just circle the ankle out. You're going to shift the body weight forwards and land the right foot by the right hand, where you're going to do some big hip dips through that left hip this time. And it'll just start to wake up that right hamstring as well. Good, then you're going to put your left knee down and pull back. Good, then come forwards, lift the knee up and extend the right arm up into the air. Good, put the arm back down again, and knee comes down and pull back, so you're kind of pushing that heel into the floor. Good, then forwards, lift the knee and extend the arm. Good, so do it again, so pull back, your hands can move back with you. Good, then forwards, this time on the outside edge of your front foot, and extend the arm up. Good, bring it back down, knee down and pull back. Good, last one then. So on the outside edge and sweep the arm up. Good, and then knee down and pull back. Lovely. All right, so we're going to bring our big toes together, knees as wide as the mat. Sit your bum back on your heels and just have a little bounce back into your hips. Take the arms out forwards and stretch them, and take your face and your chest nice and low towards the mat, keeping your bum on your heels. Hold it for 5. Big deep breath in and out, reaching the arms forwards, exhaling for 4. Inhaling and exhaling for 3, just working those fingers forwards. Good. And last one. Shift the body weight forwards, this time taking the hips low but lifting the feet up, and maybe lifting your head up. Good, so coming out of the hip flexors a little bit, so pull back through the hips here, and then forwards and lift up. Good, 2 more, and pull back. Good, and forwards, squeezing into those glutes. Good, last one, pull back, and forwards. Okay, so you're going to pull all the way back, send the knees narrower, and then shift the body weight forwards back into your high plank position. Okay, we're going to take the left leg and fly high again, but this time as I shift the body weight forwards, we're going to land it in a pigeon stretch. So take your knee to the back of the left wrist here, and just sit the hips nice and low. All right, so we're trying to lift up the chest first, and just really be aware of this, where this left foot is. In an ideal world, in a nice yoga world, you'd have your left foot behind the back of your right hand, and you'd have a nice straight line. My hips don't let me do that, so you're going to be where your hips will allow you to be. But we're trying to get a nice square hip. So instead of thinking about where your foot is here, think about where your hips are. All right, so really nice hips, nice and square. And also make sure that right leg is straight out behind you, and you're going to hold it. Right, really focus. Have a little bit of a wiggle about here, a little bit of a wiggle. Good, for 3, 2, 1, and then just land it. Reggie, come here. And then just put your elbows down onto the mat and just have a little moment for a couple of seconds. Good boy, Reg. Good boy. I know, darling. All right, so we're going to take a nice big deep breath in. Good boy. And we're going to see if we can get a little bit lower down onto the ground through that chest. And we're going to hold it with Reggie. Good. So nice big stretch in that left hip. Might want to extend the arms a little bit farther forwards and stretch them as far forwards as possible. Yeah, then we're going to walk the hands all the way back, and we're going to tuck the back toes, and we're going to send the left leg and fly high through that down dog. So lift it up and push it back and stretch it up nice and straight. Good, land the foot, come back through high plank, put your knees down, put your chest down, slide forward into an upward cobra, elbows tight. Squeezing into that lower back. Good, so come all the way back through your child's position, pull back, and then we're going to shift the weight forwards back into your high plank position. Okay, so this time you're going to take yourself into a down dog, split dog with the right leg lifted, and then you're going to shift the weight forwards and land the right leg in your pigeon stretch. Taking the left leg out behind you, and just again working through side to side, not worrying where that foot is, as long as it's not tucked right underneath you, and just have a little rock out into that right glute. So little stretches, pulls out of that right hip and that right glute. And then once you feel like you can land square, lift the head up for a couple of seconds, take a nice big deep breath in, As you exhale, we're going to come onto your forearms here and hold it. So nice heavy upper body feeling, pulling into that right bum cheek and into that right hamstring and into your hip. And then again, extending the arms forwards and taking it all the way downwards. So big stretch through the chest, holding that for 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. Working the hands all the way back. This time we're going to land the bum cheek onto the ground, and you're going to take the soles of your feet together on the mat in front of you and just have a little rock out from side to side. Making a nice big diamond shape, taking the feet as far away as possible, sitting nice and tall. Take a big deep breath in, and as you exhale, you're going to fold over your feet and take your forehead as close towards the backs of your heels as possible, and holding that for 10, 9, 8, just working your chest downwards there, 7, maybe lifting the rib cage up and exhaling into a further deeper fold through your lower back and into your hips for 3, 2, 1, and then roll the spine all the way back up again. We're going to take the feet about hip distance apart, and we're just going to rock the knees out from side to side and get a little bit of movement through the back of the pelvis, into your glutes. Okay, so last couple of stretches. I want you to take the right leg out in front of you and bend into the left leg. Make sure that your left leg is directly in front of your hip. You can take a really nice big deep breath in, and you're going to hinge forward over the top of that right leg, and you're going to tuck your chin down. Reaching forwards. If you can't grab your foot, you want to be bending your leg and taking your hands underneath the bottom of your foot, slowly just taking the knee down if you can. Trying to make sure everything's nice and square. If you want to, you can hold the right foot with the right hand and just rotate the left arm up into the air, eyes on the top hand, and maybe tap the foot 2 or 3 times up and down to work into your lower back and more into that mid back as well, and also into your left hip and your right hamstring. Good, nice, last one. All right, you're going to sweep the arm forwards, the right arm forward, lifting up into a side stretch, reaching through to the fingertips. If you squeeze that right bum cheek, you'll get a really nice hip flexor stretch through the front of your body for 3. Really stretch through to the fingertips for 2. And then 1, release it all the way down. Okay, we're just going to switch sides out, so bending into the right, taking the left leg out in front of you. Take a nice big deep breath in. Exhaling into a forward fold first over the top of the left leg, making sure you're square over the leg. Again, bending it if you can't quite reach the bottom of your foot. Holding the left foot with the left hand, you're going to take the right arm up into the air for 3, and back down again, tap your foot, and exhaling up for 2, and tap down again, and then last one. Good, and back down again, and then sweep the arms through, lifting up onto the right knee this time, and stretching through to the fingertips, squeezing into that left glute, and holding it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then release it down. All right, to finish off, you're going to take both legs out, super straight, and take the arms right over the top of your head and reach from the fingertips to the toes. Really big stretch. You're going to take the left leg and bend it and put the right foot across the top of the left knee. Sweep the arms forwards, reaching behind the back of the left leg and lifting the left foot up off the floor. Once you've lifted it up, see if you can get your head back down on the ground. And then all I want you to do is just try and ease that right knee out a little bit. You can either use your elbow, your hand, and just have a little kind of focus on pushing that knee out. I've got my left hand behind the back of my left leg still. And I'm going to try and extend the left leg up, stretch the back of the left hamstring, maybe reaching forwards, trigger fingers up to that big toe. Holding that for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're going to land nice and slowly through that left leg all the way back down again. And then you're going to pick the right knee up into the air. Use the left hand and rotate into a nice big twisty stretch. Taking the right arm, stretching it away from you, keeping the shoulder blade down on the ground. Stretching through the shoulder, the chest and across the hip. Good, bringing yourself back to the centre, extending both legs out really nice and straight. Really big stretch. Good, then this time you're going to bend the right leg up and take the left foot across the back of the top of the right knee. Sweep the arms forwards, lift the foot up and reach behind the back of that leg. And then put the head back down. Extending that right leg up towards the ceiling, maybe reaching up towards the big toe, keeping the head on the ground if possible, and then easing out through that left hip, tucking the chin to lengthen the spine, holding it for 5. Slowing the breath down into these big releases for 4, 3, 2, 1. Let go of the foot and gently lower everything down nice and slowly. And then drawing the left knee up into the air and taking that nice big twisty stretch. Using the right hand to draw the left knee across. And then taking the gaze towards the left fingertips. I'm going to hold it. Hold it for 3, 2, 1. And then come all the way back to the centre. Lovely. Alright, so I'm going to roll all the way up. Rock over the top of your knees. Uncurl your toes, tuck yourself back into a little tiny ball shape, and then slowly making our way back up. So bum goes up, heels go down, shake your head out. Any kind of intuitive movements, walks out through your hamstrings maybe. Deep bend into the knees, engage the core, and then roll the spine slowly back up, chin to chest, and the head up last. And then just roll the shoulders out. Lovely. Hope you enjoyed that little stretch. And I'll see you all again soon.